Hey y'all, Unapologetic Truth Channel back again with another one. Quick conversation. Although I think with a conversation, it usually takes two people. So, quick commentary, if you will. Um, I've been seeing a lot of talk in the past couple of months where these celebrities, in particular, so called black celebrities, women celebrities, have been speaking out as to the disparity of their pay. And I'm just seeing more of that. It was one particular celebrity that has talked about it recently. This is all stemming from the movie The Color Purple. Um, However, comedian Monique, she has talked about it a while ago. So I don't, now all of a sudden this is coming back to the forefront. And now more well known actresses are coming out and speaking about the disparity in their pay. So this has been on my mind as well. And finally, I'm talking about it because yet again, I saw something in reference to that. Now, Fantasia's giving her story, um, speaking about the same thing. And I too, at one time, I wanted to be an actress. So um, I have done plays. I've done things musically and acting wise for a long time, locally. Community plays, things of that nature. And I really had a desire at one point to be an actress. And so I would follow pop culture and things like that. Before I rededicated my life, I would follow different actors and actresses and the industry itself because this is what I had aspirations to want to do. So when I hear these things, first and foremost, I'm thankful to the Most High that He kept me from that the entertainment industry overall, um, because I have had some not too flattering experiences, um, or I attempted to avoid some not too flattering experiences, whether it be musically, um, just entertainment wise on the whole. People, not everybody's in your corner. They're they're about their interests, and I'm very thankful to the Most High, and definitely as well to my mother from sparing me from that at a young age because I really wanted to pursue that. And at one point, it was getting to be um, where the pursuit was actually forthcoming to me at a young age. And my mother, who was and is um, a devout Christian, um, she spared me from a lot of that. I didn't understand it then. I was very angry. But hindsight is 2020, as they say. And so I'm very grateful to her for sparing me, because I definitely could, my life could be much different if me be here at all. Um, if that makes any sense, y'all. which I'm sure it does for y'all. Um, I'm dealing with some intelligent folks, so I'm sure y'all understand what I'm saying. So going back to this, the recent events that people are coming out about the disparity in their pay. First of all, what has struck me was that the entertainment industry is no different than any other industry. People, so-called black people, have had disparity in their pay for decades. This is no, shouldn't be any different because it's the entertainment industry. And if entertainers or the like, if they think that way, then they're really naive. People have been fighting for pay equality, especially so-called black people. So just because it's the entertainment industry, that makes no difference. So that's something that's stood out to me, because it was a lot of talk, and I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, how are you any different? Because you make a movie, because you put out an album, you know, what makes you any different from anybody else that's out here who gets disparity in their pay? It's no relevance. So that to me was very that stood out first and foremost in my mind. Second thing was the concern that well, and of course I'm talking about in the Western world, the Western side, the U.S. These actresses are speaking out about the disparity in their pay, and the concern is, which I'm sure the concern is for them, these other actresses that are coming in, that are younger, coming behind them, what are they going to get paid? A lot of times, and again, this is with any industry for the most part, typically what happens is they hire somebody at a lower salary, even though you've been there 10, 15, 20 years doing the same job, but they're hiring them at a lower salary. So it's still the same thing. And typically it's the younger people that are getting hired at a decreased salary. So on the by the same token, it's happening in the entertainment industry. So yes, they want to set an example for those up and coming actors and actresses that are coming behind them, that they're paving a way for. And also, they have to contend with them as well as being part of the competition. So, the actresses like Taraji, because she's been one that really has spoken out, Taraji P. Henson, she's made a name for herself in all these years. So you would think that her pay rate would be a certain level, but yet and still she's fighting to get the pay, especially from one of her own, which is Miss Oprah. So, and it sounds like they're getting treated worse from us, from so-called black folks that have made it in the industry. Even though they're lackeys too, they're scraping for crumbs, even though they're so-called billionaires. Yeah, they're kowtowing. Believe that. So it's definitely a chain effect. that's going on. So in talking about that, it made me think also about these British actors and actresses that are coming up. A lot of, and I dare say these British actors and actresses are getting the salaries that the American actors and actresses should be getting. And if they look a little harder into that, they'll probably realize that this is what's going on. So, in hearing all this, what came to my mind was, what about these British actors and actresses that are getting it? They also are losing roles to them, because typically, more often than not, they have more, these British entertainers, actors, actresses, they have more training. They have more specific, specialized training. So you have your Lupita Nyong'o, however you say her last name. You have her. You have Jodie Turner Smith, I believe her last name is. You didn't, you probably wouldn't even know they were British until, well, I know Jodie Turner. I had no idea she was British until she was talking in an interview. So, and David Oliawi, I don't even know how to pronounce these folks' names, but I think a lot of y'all know who I'm speaking of. These well-known actors and actresses that are British are coming out, and they're getting the roles, and they're more than likely getting the pay because they have a higher standard, maybe, or precedence in the so-called white entertainment industry. The higher ups, they're going to look at them and pay them more money compared to the American actors and actresses, so-called black actors and actresses. Of course, this is my opinion, but this is what I see, because again, sometimes you don't even realize that these people are playing these roles are British. I'm sure perfect example of that is Idris Elba. Who knew that he was British for a minute? On The Wire, Stringer Bell, that was a shock to know that he was in them interviews just as British as you want to be, talking. And you're like, what? I think he's probably one of the first ones that really started coming out. And the salaries, I just can't see them paying less to the British actors and actresses, and many of them are classically trained. They have gone to the Cambridge, the repertories, whatever the equivalent is over in England. They've gotten that training. I mean, look at Denzel. He done went over there years ago and gotten training over there. So when that bar is set, yeah, our actresses and actors, they have to get with that bar. It's already set up here. So my thing is, why are you constantly talking about it if you don't like it, or this is what you're constantly dealing with? Just like the British actors and actresses are coming over here, go on over there. Make a movie over there. Do a series or something over there with the BBC or whoever. Just flip it up. Because more than likely, they may get the salary over there compared to here. But I don't know if they're even thinking on that level. So if if somehow this video reaches the Tarajis or the Fantasias or the Danielles or whoever is up and coming in the industry, think about it. If you're doing the most, want to live your best life and all of that, tell your agent to see what's what across the pond. See what you're going to come up with across the pond. Do like Josephine Baker and some of these other actresses and actors were doing when at the height of the civil rights movement, when they couldn't get any roles in America. What did they do? They went over there. They got the roles over there. They weren't treated the same over there. Nobody's saying you have to live there, but take some time. Do a movie or something over there for a few months. But don't limit yourself. If you're feeling like that, cut out a niche here in America, go on somewhere else and do what you need to do. That's it. Because I guarantee you, your counterparts that are from across the pond are coming over here stealing your roles. So you better think on that level. Think out the box and stop trying to get these crumbs from the industry that you already know is set up against you and don't care nothing about you. Don't care if you won any awards or accolades. They don't care. They don't care. You might get the respect elsewhere. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say in all of this. All of the extra commentary about it and the interviews, I don't think it's going to do any good. If anything, it's just going to make them, I think it's going to be a setback. Just like it has been for Monique. She's an Oscar-winning actress, and she got to do BET movies to get any kind of play, any traction in the industry. And the same goes for her. Get up out of here. Go across the pond. Go somewhere else and see what kind of money you get. Stop waiting for something to happen here. Go on and do your thing. You know, for supplemental income, Taraji, she got a line of hair products. Well, there you go. Your name is your brand. Expand your brand. Open up an acting school if it's all like that. Everybody else is out here making extra money, doing whatever. Go on. You're gonna have to do that. Be resourceful like everybody else is. But you're no different. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. We as a people, so-called black folks, struggle across the board to get anywhere with equality in pay, housing, what have you. This is nothing new under the sun. Same thing, different day. So talk about it all you want, but it's not going to do any good. It's not going to make any changes unless you make those changes. Do what you got to do. But yeah, my suggestion definitely is to seek out those roles outside of the U.S. and see how far you go. Do your research on these other actors and actresses, these British, these English actors and actresses coming through, taking the roles in America. blowing up like that. I mean, how fast you hear about some of them, and they're climbing up the rung two rungs at a time. They're bypassing. They're like almost an overnight sensation type thing. Why is that? So do what you need to do and stop talking about it, be about it. That's it. But you're no different than anybody else out here trying to get equal pay for the industry that they work in. It's no different at all. And if you feel like that and you think like that, you need to stop being prideful and swallow your pride and get humble. Because you're no different. I don't care if you make a movie or not. That has nothing to do with nothing. Apparently. Because you can't get a car. They expect you to drive yourself around. Well, go on and drive yourself around then, like everybody else. You know? Oh, well, we need security and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Get security. Right? Drive yourself around. Like, you have to start, yeah. You feel you've reached a certain level that you shouldn't have to resort to driving yourself around. But if that be the case, then so be it. Swallow that pride and do what you got to do. That's it. And if you don't like it that much, then just move on. Like, because in some of these early days, some actors and actresses, they actually like that. When they're making a movie somewhere, they don't have, they like to explore and check out the area. So they don't want, I'm almost positive that they didn't have somebody driving them. I mean, I know years ago where I used to live in my old state, they were making movies like 12 Monkeys and things like that. People were seeing Brad Pitt and what's his name? Bruce Willis. People were seeing them out and about, just like it wasn't nothing. They didn't have people driving them. They did their own thing. Now, maybe they had security, maybe they didn't, but they were out and about trying to check out folks, see what's what. There were so many times that I would see, well, let me retract that. Not necessarily so many times, but there were a few times where I would see well-known basketball players that lived in the same area I did, the same city, out in the stores like it wasn't nothing. And they're well known. Not everybody's driving their, not everybody has a driver. Are you all that all the time? Like, come on. Like, some of this is real prideful. You just got to swallow some of that pride and do what you got to do. If it's about the love of the art, so I get that. I get both sides, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Because you ain't walked away yet. You're still hanging in there. So do your research. That's all I can suggest. Anyone trying to break in the industry and trying to become that actor or actress, understand what you're up against. I'm talking to my folks, to so-called black and brown people. Know what you're up against. Know what is ahead of you. Do your research. And with anything, market yourself. Nowadays, it's about marketing yourself as a brand. I don't care what industry you're in. When you want that job, you have to market yourself. On that resume, on that cover letter, in that interview, you market yourself. It's all across the board. So that's it. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Share your thoughts, please. Be respectful. As I'm respectful of you, please do the same. Please share your thoughts. Again, thank you to all of my subscribers, those that just came on board. I welcome you, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. I'm praying for you in all diligence. I am so thankful for every last one of you. And may the Most High Yahuwah's will be done. On that note, I'm going to say shalom till the next one. Yah willing. Be blessed.